Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community, where we dive deep into stories about love, betrayal, and the incredible power of resilience. Today, I've got a story for you that will make you question everything you thought you knew about marriage, success, and second chances. It's about a man who was called a failure by the woman he loved, until one day, everything changed. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's jump right in. The rise and fall. How a woman left her husband for being poor, then shocked everyone by inviting him to her wedding. Have you ever been underestimated by someone who claimed to love you? How did that make you feel? Did you fight back, walk away, or prove them wrong? This story will challenge everything you think about love, betrayal, and success. The rain pounded against the windows of their small, worn-down apartment like a relentless drum. Inside, Lucas sat hunched over a battered laptop at the kitchen table, fingers flying across the keys. The screen illuminated his tired face with cold numbers, contracts, forecasts, investment plans, figures that represented months of sweat, late nights, and sacrifice. $50 million. The deal was done. The confirmation email blinking on his screen meant the Harris Tech acquisition was finally locked in. This was his ticket out. Out of this cramped, peeling-walled apartment. Out of cheap dinners and worn-out clothes. Out of the daily disappointment in his wife's eyes when she had to say no to yet another invitation because they simply couldn't afford it. Suddenly, the front door slammed shut like a thunderclap. The sharp click of heels against the cracked linoleum echoed through the room, each step heavier and more determined. Lucas quickly minimized the window, eager to surprise his wife Olivia with the good news. Maybe tonight he could finally be her hero again. Lucas! Her voice cut through the room, cold, sharp, void of any affection. He turned, hope filling his chest, ready to share his triumph. But the sight before him stopped the words dead. Olivia stood by the door, her designer coat dripping from the rain, dark smudges under her eyes from running mascara. But it wasn't the weather that had worn her down. It was something else. Something Lucas had never seen before. Pure disdain mixed with a freedom he couldn't yet understand. "We need to talk." She pulled a thick envelope from her purse. Lucas's heart sank. "Olivia, please." "Stop," she said, raising a hand. "I can't do this anymore. I can't pretend you're enough." The envelope hit the table, sounding like a verdict. She paced behind him, voice cold and unyielding. "I wasted the best years of my life waiting for you to become the man I married. Waiting for you to provide, to be successful. But you're not that man." Lucas's eyes flicked to the laptop, where the deal confirmation blinked, just waiting to prove her wrong. "You're a dreamer. A failure." Her words felt like knives. And yet he stayed silent, stunned. Olivia's voice hardened. "His name is Jason Miller." Lucas's breath caught. "He's everything you're not. Rich, driven, successful. He owns Miller Enterprises, the company you've only dreamed of competing with." "How long?" Lucas whispered, voice breaking. 6 months. No regrets." She smiled bitterly. "Jason asked me to marry him. And I said yes. 'Cause unlike you, he delivers. He doesn't live in fantasy." She moved to the window, staring out. "Look around, Lucas. 5 years of marriage, and what do we have? A broken dishwasher, second-hand furniture, and empty promises." His reflection glimmered faintly on the screen. The deal to take them out of poverty sat minimized, forgotten for now. "Jason's taking me to Paris next week," she said, voice sharp as ice. "First-class, 5-star hotels. The life I deserve. The life you promised but never gave me." The rain drummed on. Without reading, Lucas signed the paper she slid across the table. "Divorce, surrender, the end." Olivia gathered the papers like a trophy. "I'll be gone by tomorrow. Jason's sending movers." He paused at the door. "Maybe this will push you to finally grow up." And with that, she left, the door slamming behind her like a final judgment. The next morning, Lucas woke not to despair, but a new reality. The $50 million deal was his. The beginning of a transformation no one saw coming. Olivia flooded social media with images of her new life. Designer dresses, luxury dinners, sparkling jewels. She flaunted her success like a conquering queen. But Lucas closed his laptop and smiled. Tomorrow he'd wake as the CEO of a burgeoning empire. 1 year later, Lucas's face graced the cover of Innovators Weekly under the headline, "Tech Visionary Disrupts Industry Overnight." Harris Tech was now a powerhouse, challenging giants, including Miller Enterprises. His office overlooked the city skyline, the same view from their old apartment, now just a memory. Calls came in, interviews, buyouts, merger talks. Miller Enterprises was scrambling to keep pace. Jason Miller himself requested meetings, desperation shadowing his once confident gaze. Lucas was no longer the man Olivia had dismissed. Then the invitation arrived. Cream-colored, embossed in gold. Olivia Miller cordially invites you to her wedding with Jason Miller. Inside, a note dripping with arrogance. "No hard feelings, Lucas. Come see what a real wedding looks like. Maybe you'll learn something about success." Lucas studied the invitation. Olivia had no idea who she challenged. She had traded her independence for luxury, becoming the very thing she claimed to despise. The wedding was to be the social event of the season, held at the Grand Cathedral, with hundreds of elite guests and society's eyes watching. But Lucas had a secret. Months earlier, his lawyers had quietly purchased a significant stake in Miller Enterprises. By the wedding day, he would control 30% of Jason's company. The empire Olivia thought was hers was crumbling beneath her feet. On the wedding day, black SUVs rolled up to the cathedral. Security personnel moved with military precision. Lucas stepped out, tailored suit, calm confidence, the embodiment of power. Guests whispered, cameras flashed, and conversations died as he walked the red carpet. Inside, David Miller's smile faltered when he saw who had arrived. Lucas signed the guest book, steady, final. The wedding MC announced his name with reverence. Silence fell. Hundreds turned to look. The man Olivia had called a failure was the one everyone wanted to see. Olivia's maid of honor rushed in, breathless. "Lucas is here. And he's not who we expected." Olivia watched from the bridal suite, heart pounding, hands trembling. The man she had abandoned had become a titan. Her wedding day was unraveling. The ceremony proceeded in stunned silence. Jason's vows shook with uncertainty, stealing focus from the bride. At the reception, guests abandoned the newlyweds, clustering around Lucas, the man who had changed the game. CEOs, bankers, investors, all seeking a moment with the new king of tech. Jason's empire was slipping away. Olivia found Lucas on the balcony, overlooking the city they once dreamed of conquering together. Her voice cracked. "I was wrong. About you, about us. Can we try again?" Lucas looked at her. Not the woman he once loved, but someone who had shown her true colors. "I did love you once," he said softly, "but I love my peace more." Without another word he walked away. Olivia lost the man who had become a legend. Lucas disappeared into the night, surrounded by admirers who understood what Olivia never would. Success isn't given, it's earned. Wow, what a journey, right? If you were in Lucas's shoes, would you give Olivia a second chance? Or would you walk away for good? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this story. And if you found this video powerful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real stories that inspire and challenge us all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.